Hello YouTube, Dirty Birds are back once again. It's good to be back. It's been a while since we've made some videos, but me and Beng are back, and we're going to start off with the NFL, our favorite teams. We're going to start with the Eagles and Falcons and what they've done this offseason so far. And let's get started with the Eagles.
Okay, good to be back here in front of the camera, but Eagles, not too many free agency signings. Signed Marlon Jackson, former Colt, the 2 torn ACLs in his history. He got him pretty cheap, like 2 years, like I think it was like $1.5 million. So pretty good bargain. So if he can stay healthy, he can be a solid player and hopefully be. They're going to pencil him in as the safety. We'll see what they do in the draft, but he's in the fold for next year. We got Hank Basket back, so you know we're going to Super Bowl now. But
more importantly, Kendra Wilkinson.
Yes,
Kendra
but the big news in the offseason, 2 big trades. First of all, the blockbuster everyone knows.
Yep.
Donovan McNabb is no longer an Eagle. Finally,
stays within the division now.
He traded to the Redskins for the 37th, I think it was the 37th overall, and 3rd or 4th next year, depending on what he does this year and how many.
Do you think that was good value for him? Because I know didn't they want a first for him?
They did. I mean, but I think they realized that they were never going to get a first round pick because I mean he is 30 years old and he is aging a little bit. I mean he's still one of the better quarterbacks in the league. So, but I think it was good value. If that's the highest they could get for him, I have no problem trading him to Washington. I really don't see. I mean, Washington, it makes them better, but I don't know.
I mean, he's definitely better than Jason Campbell on the team.
Definitely.
So
it's an improvement, but their offensive line is weak, so we'll see how that works out. And the other trade, Sheldon Brown and Chris Cocon traded to the Browns for basically nothing, a 4th and a 5th. But we got Alex Hall, some special teams linebacker. I know they were just trying to get rid of Brown because he was unhappy about his contract, but he was one of the best players on that defense. A big hitter,
center,
and
cornerback.
Yeah, he was one of the better corners, and just shame we let him go. I really wanted to see him stick around. I wish they could have just given him an extension. But
you think they're gonna have to draft maybe a cornerback or something because they still have Hobbs, right? And
I don't know who they're gonna start. Depending on. Could all come down to what they do in the draft, because if they got, say they moved up for a guy like Eric Berry or, a safety, and he started, then Marlon Jackson could be a corner again, which is his natural position. So I think it's all going to come down to what's available in the draft. So we'll see what happens. That was pretty much it for the offseason. They re-signed Avant and Leonard Weaver, 2 guys that definitely helped out the team. Leonard Weaver, one of the most underrated players, so that was good.
He did do pretty good for you guys.
Definitely.
He kind of filled in at running back a little bit and got a couple big yardage plays, I rememmer, against the Falcons. I think he had a touchdown or something.
Oh, and then Brian Westbrook is no longer an Eagle.
That's kind of big, but kind of slipped to the back. Yeah, he's still a free agent. I think no one signed him yet.
Apparently Green Bay is looking at him, so we'll see how that goes. But LaShawn McCoy is going to be there down back. They'll mix Weaver in there, and I think they'll draft a running back, maybe
they need someone else.
The 3rd or 4th round. If someone in the 2nd is still up there, it's pretty good.
Your backup's for Eldred Bunkley now or something.
Exactly. So they need to pick somebody up, but we'll see how it goes. So now let's move on to your Atlanta Falcons and what they did this offseason.
I mean, they didn't do too much. I mean, on the offensive side of the ball, they're pretty much set. They might have signed a couple people, but obviously the big trade, the big move we made was signing Dunta Robinson to I think it was a 6-year deal. We got a lot of money, big 50-some million, I think, at least.
Definitely.
And he's definitely going to shore up our defense because last year our cornerbacks were Brian Williams. We had Chris Houston, who we did trade away, which we're going to get to later, and Ty Hill, who's no longer on the team. So our cornerbacks really aren't that good. We got Chevis Jackson and Chris Owens, who they're still young. They're still learning how the system is in Atlanta. So getting Dunta Robinson is actually a pretty big upgrade for us because we needed a #1 cornerback to go on other teams' #1 receivers like Colston and Steve Smith, So I think he gives us a little bit of security on defense, so they might have to go to the #2 receiver, might not be as good, and we could just kind of focus on getting their #2 shut down because we'll know that their #1 is shut down. But still, I'm thinking for the Falcons, they need to continue to build their defense a little bit more, especially the front 7 because Curtis Lofton, Mike Peterson's getting kind of old, so I think we might have to go linebacker, but Our defensive line is kind of shaky. Jamal Anderson's a bust. I'm calling that. I think we called that like last year.
I think he hasn't really done anything. But I mean, like you said, their defense is getting better. They got to improve it. I think Dante Robinson was a huge pickup. I mean, plus he was a local guy, from Georgia, wanted to play for the Falcons his whole life. So that's cool that he got to go to his hometown team. He's one of the better corners in the league. Did a good job down there in Houston. Everybody knew he wasn't going back there, and Falcons got him right as soon as he hit the market. So that was a big pickup, I think.
Yeah, we knew we had to get another a good cornerback, and so like as soon as 12 o'clock hit that Friday, they courted him and they signed a deal like the next day on Monday or something. Maybe it was the Monday after the weekend. But I mean, the defense. Other than that, I mean, they got their safeties are pretty. They got DeCoux. And they got Eric Coleman. I don't think they're going to do it. They might draft one. They still got William Moore, who was hurt last year. So, I mean, we got to see what he's capable of. But back to the defensive line. Pray Jerry was hurt last year. Only played like a game or two. So, we're not sure what we can get from him on the defensive line.
He was he never got a chance to play. Yeah. So, and he was a first-round pick.
So, we can't really say that he's not that good. So, I think right now defensive end is probably what we're going to go in the first round. Maybe a linebacker. I mean, one of those two positions, I think that they're our biggest needs going into the draft because, as I said, Jamal Anderson's not too good. I don't know who they're going to start. Chauncey Davis, maybe. I don't know if we still have him. I'm sure we do. We got Sid Berry last year in the draft, and we still have Croy Bierman, who I love personally. I want him to start, but I don't think they're going to do that. So defensive end is probably what the Falcons are going to go, or linebacker. So both of our teams have several pressing needs that
they're both going to be looking to go defense. I think in this draft, I mean the Falcons have a good young defense. The Eagles are trying to get younger, so we'll see.
And our offense is pretty much got every position we need.
Yeah, so I mean we got Kevin Cobb taking the reins next year. Taking over from McNabb. He's waited behind him for 3 years, so I think he's going to do a good job.
He did good when he started those 2 games last year.
Yeah, I mean, it was his first game against New Orleans. It was tough, but he's still there for
300 yards or 200 yards. He did pretty good.
Yeah, he threw for
almost
300 in both games, and they did beat the Chiefs. Not that that's really hard to do, but still, it's an NFL competition, and he did well. So we'll see how it goes. Both teams looking good on offense. Both trying to get younger on defense and improve. And the draft is less than a week away.
6 days away, next Thursday, and it's pretty exciting.
Yep, definitely.
It's prime time.
Thursday night
I'm going to miss it, so we're not going to be able to do our first round analysis as we usually do. We'll talk about it.
We'll analyze it the next week and talk about what we think our teams did and
how they improved,
how they look going into the season. That's pretty much it on both of our teams. We will be back to talk about NBA, get the playoffs, stuff like that. So we'll be talking about those topics going forward here.
Alright, so peace out guys, we will be back soon, and we'll see you guys later. See you.